Okay, so here we are at the demonstration committee meeting. So the last update, which we went over yesterday, kind of was that I went to Bill's room and he finished making additional holes for the thermocouples at the top of the element. So the top shell as well as the inner tube have 3 additional holes now. So now there's a total of 7. He wasn't able to do welding on this yet, but I think we're just going to go ahead and go without it. We're also looking into possibly getting this manufactured at a different location. And then maybe we'll have like multiple of these. And then the new manufactured one would have the welded tabs. So the mating would be better and then it'll be easier to seal. So over that, no welding is done. So yeah, for this one, we're going to be using exhaust tape to seal it. And then, not Bill. So some of you were there the last day we were physically in lab, and Professor Locke told us that we needed to move everything onto a wooden table that's located inside of the lab. So we're moving everything inside from the canopy that's already outside. And then I think that canopy may be used by a different group later. So David finished putting the table together, so now it's ready to use. We just have to wait until we're allowed back on campus, which will be on the 15th. Okay, and then here's some more pictures of what we have. Here's the electronics box that we worked on. So it's mostly ready. It just needs to have 4 stoppers on the bottom, or 4 feet basically attached. And then the PID was disconnected just so we could install it. So that needs to be rewired. And we have an on-off switch now, so that's great. All right, and then you can look at this video on your own later. But this is basically what it looks like on the inside, and this is on the outside. Okay, and then this was from our last meeting where we discussed actually moving it. So our current table outside, I believe, was 10 feet by 3 feet, and then the one inside is 6 feet by 8 feet. And we saw that if we did rotate this part about 90 degrees, or we can even rotate it to like a different angle as well, then it would fit on the table. So we should be able to move in fine. It just having the extra things that we have to consider. So here are some comments I made about the move. So it's possible. There's a water drain right next to it. So the drainage is not going to be an issue. We have to check if the air next to it is pressurized, but I believe last time Chris said it was. So the next time we're in lab, we can test that. But yeah, so David wanted to remind us that we're not allowed to drill into the table. So we won't be doing that. I will be probably putting like a rubber mat or something underneath this to make sure the heat does not travel while this is on through the metal onto the table because it might burn it. Yes, that's the last item. And then some concerns we had when we spoke to David was the temperature leaving. So David is concerned about the temperatures being too hot, but we haven't been able to measure it yet. So once we get this system set up, we should do a test to see what the temperature is after the heat exchanger. Okay. Oh yeah, and then one of the other things that's important is to make sure that the 3-phase power inside is the same as the one that we were using outside. If it's different, we might have to have an electrician come in to install the new one. So let me just highlight this as well. Okay, and then as Professor Locke has mentioned, he wants us to have the first test done by the end of February. So once we get in there, it's kind of going to be like a mad dash to get everything done. But I'm sure if we split up and come in consistently, we'll be able to do that fine. Okay, and then previously last semester, we were kind of like, we had grad meetings and then we also had general meetings, but the general meetings kind of encompassed both elements, like the grad meetings as well as the other parts of the project. But as mentioned yesterday, now the grad meetings are just going to focus specifically on grad meetings, and the general meetings are only going to be focused mainly on the demo. So it'll be mostly you guys speaking at those meetings. Okay, and then I believe the rest is old stuff, but I can go through it because I know George is new, so maybe he hasn't seen these. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, also just feel free to interrupt me. Okay, so I'll just go through. So these are older slides and they show what our setup was before. So this is what we had as a support. And now we have these kind of jack stands, which looks a lot more professional. This is a picture taken while we turned the heater on. So on the right side, we have a FLIR camera, which detects the heat. So you can see that it's like heating up this tube as it's on. And this was like a big breakthrough because before this, like nothing was working. Okay. And these are older slides. So this is before the electronics box was set up. You might have to move some parts in here around, but that's fine. Okay, and then here's some SolidWorks that Mark created. So this is a nice one because it displays the names of what all the elements of this project are. And then here's a closer one of the heat exchanger, which is under here. You can kind of see it, but this one really like shows what it looks like without the table covering it, and then all the parts of it. Okay. And then this is a tube I ordered. It's basically a square tube, but basically we're going to be creating 2 or 3 more salt inner tubes so that we can pack it with different kinds of salt and then basically just have it swap out. So that'll be nice. And then I can go back to show which portion that is. So basically this square tube here is, we're gonna have 2 to 3 of these made. So we have the square tube, we just have to cut it, but we do also have to make end caps for them and then get screws. Okay, we'll keep going. Okay, I believe Alex and Chris said this part finally came in, so we were able to start testing the heater again, which is good. Okay, and then this is a to-do list. I'm gonna go to the senior project group recap. And I wasn't here for this meeting, but I did like want to see what everyone like wrote down what to do. And then if any of the seniors want to speak on their portions, they're able to. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk about what each person is gonna be doing this semester. So for Kari, she's gonna be focusing on techno-economics. So that's unrelated to the demo, but she is still part of the senior team, and I think she'll be assisting us a little bit, but she's going to be mainly focusing on the techno-economic portion. So Lizette is going to be focusing on wiring the DAC, and then she will be calibrating the thermocouples. So we have a couple of them here. We still need to order 2 more for the inlet and outlet. And then there's going to be some surface thermocouples that we're going to be attaching to the top as well. So Mark, let's see. So here he's going to be constructing new SolidWorks drawings for the element. I believe he might also be doing some work for Tisroc 2.0, but I know like Tiamer probably has the SolidWorks prepared, but maybe Mark can make it labeled like this to show like the different portions.
I mean, for the 2.0?
Yeah, like I know you probably already have a SolidWorks for it, but Mark can make like a diagram like this and just label the parts.
Yeah, I'll show you what
Mostly.
I did with your parts, and yeah, if you guys wanna make the only thing that the connections don't line up, so we're gonna have to rethink those. But yeah, we can do like one with the names and stuff.
Labels. Yeah.
I'll upload. I'm trying to do like a little poster, so everybody can see a little bit better what the thing is. I'll put it in the group me in a minute, and
Okay.
we can talk about it later. Hey, go ahead. Ben.
Okay, sure. Okay, and then looks like he's going to be working with Lizette too on thermocouple readings and a new layout for the lab scale model. So this will be like after we move everything in. And then he'll be also doing salt characterization work. And then Stephen, I remember he worked with Nizelle as well as Lewis on setting up the PID initially. So I'm sure he'll also be working with Lewis mainly to do PID tuning. I remember the overshoot was an issue, so that will be a task for them to do this semester and focus on that. And then the shakeout test, and then I guess they're going to start working on the 2.0 setup as well this semester while this is going on at the same time. Okay, so Stephen will basically mainly be doing PID work. So here's Tangina. This is great. Okay, so she's going to be documenting parts in the 1.0 setup with dimensions and functions. Okay, and then getting ready for a shakeout test, which is very important. Okay, and then she could also help with making new thermocouples. I think we have enough now, but if you need more, I know Tangina's trained and she knows how to make more. Okay, there's two more. Okay, so Tangina will also be helping with the PID to the heater and setting that up. She helped us like set this up and paint it, so which is good. Clean. And the emergency shut off switch. Okay, so that's everyone, I believe. Okay, so I know George is going to be in charge of the task list. And of course, I can work with you too. In our demo, do you have access to our current lab demo committee folder in our Google Drive?
You can see the master meeting slides, and then I just sent you a request to see that task list.
Okay, I'll send you access to our whole folder. So I think that way you won't have to request access anymore, and you should have access to everything. So after this meeting, I'll add you to our whole folder as well as our last year's folder.
All right, cool. Thank you.
All right. So this is a task list. It's kind of preliminary still, but I basically set up what needs to be done kind of in order until we're able to test. So you're free to alter this or edit this, George, but I think you do have access to this now. So I know one of the first things Professor Locke is going to make us all do this semester on the 15th at noon will be a safety demonstration, or just like go over the safety procedures. That's usually every semester we have one of those in the beginning. So this has been solved already, so mark it green. Ensure this is green. Yes, this is still in progress. That's yellow. Okay. Test the heat exchanger for leaks. I think we're not going to be doing this anymore. So I'll just cross it out. So there's the connections from here. This is an important one. Maybe I should assign someone to do it. Is Mark here? Let me see.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. I'm gonna assign you to work on this because I think you were the person that
Yeah, I was
I
kind of
had
working on it in
look
the lab
into.
before.
Okay, I'm gonna put your name down then.
Okay, perfect.
And then connections from the thermal storage device to the exhaust and the heat exchanger. I'll mark through it as well. Then seal. So everyone can do the sealing. This is like one of the last things we're going to be doing. Before we do anything, we need to like write a document on how to run the experiment, as well as all the safety procedures. So I remember we had a volunteer to do this. Was it Gary? It was either Gary or Lizette. So I'll just put their names down here.
Regina?
Yeah.
Are you listing the name for like who wants to do the procedure?
Well, I was assigning, but
Like the
if you want to
safety?
do something, I can put you down too.
Yeah, can you please?
For the planning, the demonstration, these two?
Yeah,
Sure. Okay.
thank you.
Do I have any other volunteers for specific tasks? Okay, this is going to be
Nice.
done by everyone. Two. This has been completed already. This is an optional thing we can do after everything is set up. This is an important one that we have to focus on. And then Steven's in charge of it. Okay, and then this is like one of the later, this isn't pertinent for like our first run because we already have an inner tube, but this will be important for later on. So I think this is okay for now. But yeah, you guys are free to edit everything. Sign me to anything as well. Okay. Let's see. Well, maybe I'll just make this mostly senior team. Brenda, right? Here's your preferred one.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you. I mean, I'd be open to also helping you out with the thermocouples. I don't know how much
Sure.
experience you have with it, but like, I'm definitely open to learn and help.
Okay. Melissa also wanted to do this too. Well, I feel like it'll mostly be like whoever's in lab that day will probably focus on this
Gotcha.
mostly the whole day. But
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, I'll let you guys know what we're going to be doing in lab every day. Okay, so I think that's it for this. George is basically going to be in charge of this. And I think Professor Locke told me that he's going to be basically making sure everyone gets like their tasks done on time and like keeping them on track. So that's what's going to be going down. So this is now George's.
Can
All
I
right.
also get involved in some of these things? Like, you know, it says.
Yeah,
make
you're able.
on the
Yeah,
device and- Okay.
anything you're interested in, you can. I mean, every time you're in lab, we'll be doing multiple things, and whatever you're interested in, you're free to help out with.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Okay, so that's most of the items I wanted to cover. The last two things, which are kind of, they are important, but it's basically just planning a day that we can all meet. So I have two Google Sheets. One of them is for our lab availability, and the other one is for Zoom availability, because I know this time might not work for everyone. Like Lizette has work until 6. I did send this out earlier, but I realized it didn't, since it's for Zoom, we can go past 5 p.m. So I added more hours. So if you are able to fill this out, we can like have
Is
a
this
better,
a new one? Because I thought I filled it out, but it's not there.
this one. It might have confused it with this other one. Let me.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm
There's
so
two
sorry.
different
My
ones.
bad.
It's okay. There's like 2 of them. So I think that's what made it confusing. And they look basically exactly the same.
Yes. Okay. I was like, oh, I finished that, but then okay. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I think I'll just send it out because I know most people didn't do the Zoom one anyway. And I also edited it. So I think George filled it out already, but George, if you could like double check, because I added more hours, I might have moved one of your ones around. So I'll send
Oh,
both
yeah, I
of
can
these in our
check.
group me's. So I'll just do it right now and then you guys can double check. Share. Okay, so this is for lab availability. Okay, and then I believe everyone already did that one. So let me get the other one too. Okay, and this is for Zoom availability. Okay, so I should have sent both of them. The more important one would be the lab one, but of course the Zoom one, I would prefer if everyone could attend the meeting, but I know it's going to be very difficult since there's so many of us. So if you haven't done the Zoom one already, go ahead and fill it out now, and then take into consideration that like on Mondays, or actually, let me see. On Tuesdays, we have like our general meetings. On Fridays, the grad meetings, I think from 9 to 12. And then of course your classes, and if you have work, then of course, I don't want you guys like skipping classes for our meetings, so. And of course, if you prefer like, oh, I don't want to I will never wake up at 8 AM for a meeting, then just don't put a one. And this document is also going to be used by all the committees to schedule. So maybe you can do like color coordinated blocks for each committee later. Like the salt characterization committee can do a block like this or something to symbolize like this is for us. So I want to make sure that we don't overlap on accident. All right, so while everyone is doing the Zoom committee meeting, I'm going to go back to this one. Maybe I can zoom out a little. Okay. So it looks like Tuesday and Thursday is the day that most people can meet in lab. So let me see. We can do maybe from 9 to 2. I think that would be good. I think that's also the same schedule we had last semester. And then there's also Fridays, which is an option, but I think I'll make the official time for lab from 9 to 2 p.m. And then also if that time is like a time that you're not able to go, you're still able to come into lab to work on something, but you need at least one other person with you. So make sure you have like someone else and you can work with them on something, but you can never be in the lab alone. Okay, so I'll mention this in our group chat. Okay, and then that's good. Then I'll see who filled out the Zoom one. Okay, let's see. And the Zoom, I'm usually gonna keep it to 30 minutes, but I designate the hour just in case. Let's see, so it looks like the days are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday the most for Zoom. So it'll just be once a week. Do you guys have any preferences for Monday, Wednesday, or Friday? Oh,
I'd
okay, I'll
prefer
wait for
Monday
10
or
to.
Friday.
For Monday?
Monday or
Yeah.
Friday.
Monday
Okay.
or Friday. Friday would be good.
Monday or Friday. Okay, let's see. I know less people have classes on for Friday.
Yeah, and we lucky want all our grad meetings on Friday.
Yeah, that's like the issue. I mean, we could have it after, but I feel like that would be mentally exhausting. I'm gonna go for Mondays. And it'll just be 30 minutes. So let me see. There's a couple sevens here. Hmm. Okay, Mark and Martin only can meet like at the last hour. Let me see. How about on Fridays?
Yeah, I work Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning, but I mean,
Mhm.
I can always just catch up with you after.
Yeah, maybe I can have like a secondary meeting with the people who aren't able to make it to the morning one on Mondays. Like,
Okay.
well, what time do you, or are you like free after you get home from work, like 7?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
could
free.
be
Usually I
this
work like
hour.
from 7 to 3-ish. So that's why I kind of have it from 3 on
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But I
Yeah,
mean, if
okay.
is Lizette, I don't think has Lizette filled it out too.
No, but she told me that she works until 5:30 to 6, so
Oh.
she is free after that.
Okay.
So maybe I'll have this as the times.
I mean, I can make it work, and then if not, I'll just like text you or anyone and kind of get a rundown.
Okay, let me make sure I have everyone down. Oh. Oh, I can do this one. Oh, Tenji. I'm gonna miss Tenjin if I do it like this. How about the 10? Yeah, this one works. Okay. So let me write this down. So I'll have a morning one from 10 to 11, but it'll probably just be from 10 to 10:30. And then whoever I've missed, I will review everything with them at 7. And then if you're available both times, you don't have to attend both. You can just attend one. Does that work for everyone? And this is just for Zoom, so it'll be the 30-minute meeting.
Yeah, that works.
All right, great. So let me highlight these two. I'll just do these slides. All right. I will update the details in our group me so you guys always have it in the, like if you look at the top right, it'll tell you up there. So let me edit it right now. All right. So if you go to our group me, you'll see that it has been updated. And then you'll have all the information available. All right. So I think that's it. That's basically everything I wanted to cover today. Next week, me, Chris, and Alex are going to be going to Santa Clara on Wednesday. So that should be fine now. I was a little bit worried, like if we stayed with this day, I would miss the meeting, but we'll have the meeting on Monday. Oh, but on Mondays we also have, I think that's fine. I think we usually have our general meeting at 12 p.m. anyway. If he ever chooses to do a Monday meeting. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so next week, since it's going to be the week before we're going to go back to campus, we're going to be focusing on what everyone needs to do once we get back to lab. So it'll be more task specific. All right, so let me stop recording.